Master Sergeant, not just for your service, but what you're going to help teach other people who've been similarly affected, and thank you for that too. Two lines of questions, maybe for Dr. Landis. You mentioned how the BRAIN Initiative can take lessons from the successful Human Genome Project, which we in San Diego feel a particular connection to. And you include the importance of widely sharing data. So I'm curious about what policies, including data management and access, you think are in place or need to be in place to make sure that the data generated from the BRAIN Initiative can be shared across disciplines and ultimately into the private sector.
So the issue of data sharing has become increasingly important as scientists collect larger and larger data sets. They need to be available and accessible to appropriate scientists to analyze. We have excellent examples with the Human Genome Project and also with ADNI, Alzheimer's Disease Neuroimaging Initiative, which posts on websites for people to see as soon as the data are collected. The Human Connectome Project is posting data quarterly. We anticipate that data sharing and mechanisms to permit it will be an integral part of the BRAIN Initiative. And part of the meeting that I just attended was dealing with what kinds of data do we need to share and what kinds of repositories do we need and how will we have appropriate access. So it's very much on the minds of the committee.
Top of mind in the BRAIN Initiative. That's a good place to be.
And you do have a representative on the planning committee from San Diego.
I appreciate
Not
that.
a representative, a scientist from your district.
And then my second question has to do with the outputs from this, in addition to the research itself, in particular training opportunities, and anyone, this could be anyone, training opportunities in the initiative, whether NIH has a role in training undergraduates and graduate students in other fields, and then kind of implications for new curricula or degree programs that we might want to institute for the next generation of brain scientists. And maybe Dr. Landis, you could start and anyone else could respond.
So for training, part of the NIH mission is not only to discover fundamental knowledge and apply that knowledge, but also to train the next generation of biomedical investigators. And we feel very strongly at NIH that that training begins at the level of college. And if you want to have first-rate investigators who are well-trained, you need to engage their interest in college and then to be able to frame appropriate training programs in graduate school and postgraduate. So we are very much committed to that. In terms of the Brain Research Initiative, the discussion has been that if one of the most important things that we can do in the Brain Initiative is to analyze data and put together an understanding of how thousands or millions of neurons are interacting to create behavior, we really need to engage scientists in cross-disciplinary training that would take mathematicians, statisticians, and others, computational people, to work hand in hand with investigators who are doing the wet bench work. So we talked about possible training, expanding present training programs, and I'll cede to someone else.
Anyone else want to comment on that? No? Well, I would say, again, thank you, Mr. Chairman, for the hearing, and thanks to the witnesses for being here again in San Diego. This is one of the cornerstones of our economy is the relationship between basic science research and particular healthcare and brain research. So we're excited about it and hope to be participants and beneficiaries and wish you the best.